Public Works Minister Dean Macpherson tightens the purse strings on housing and office rentals for ministers. South Africa's Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure has confirmed that there will be no new procuring of offices and accommodation for the 7th administration. Dean Macpherson, the new appointed Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, said that there will be no procuring of any new housing, stock or offices for executive and members of parliament. According to Macpherson, all allocations will be made from the existing state properties, while no new requests for procurement will be entertained. Macpherson had also confirmed that there will not be spending on existing properties. Members of the executive as well as the parliament will have to make do with existing furniture. Similarly, no new office rentals will be entertained. As the department responsible for the accommodation for the executive and members of parliament, we will house all members from the available properties of the state. We will not rent or lease any accommodation or office space. Those days are over, Macpherson said. The department has confirmed to me that there is enough space available stock to meet the needs of both the executive and members of parliament. Macpherson said that the tight fiscal position of the state is an important consideration for this decision, as the economy cannot make room for any requests for new procurements of accommodations. Moreover, we have listened to the message of the citizens about being prudent with the public purse and cut down on perks and invest more in creating jobs and growing the economy, Macpherson said. Macpherson said that his main priority is to invest in infrastructure, accommodation for ministers and deputy ministers. In February last year, the Democratic Alliance revealed that ANC ministers and deputy ministers occupy properties in Cape Town and Pretoria worth 967 million rand. This information was made public after the DA submitted a parliamentary question to the then Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Patricia de Lille. According to de Lille, 77 properties are occupied by ANC ministers and deputy ministers in Cape Town and Pretoria. In Cape Town, 26 ministers and 32 deputy ministers live in state-owned residences, while 14 ministers and 25 deputy ministers occupy properties in Pretoria. The DA said that properties in Cape Town are worth 830 million rand and the residents in Pretoria are valued at 137 million rand. Crack the whip on delinquent MPs, say COSATU. The Congress of South African Trade Union, COSATU, has demanded that Parliament shows some moral fortitude and leadership and crack the whip over increasing delinquent members of Parliament's MPs. COSATU's parliamentary coordinator Matthew Parks bemoaned how the MPs have not received their first salaries yet, but 4 MPs have already found time and appetite to flirt with anarchy and juvenile antics. Moreover, Parks said the Electoral Court has recently ruled that Visvin Reddy and Umkhonto weSizwe MK Party MP is guilty of inciting violence during the election campaign. This comes after Reddy public statement threatening chaos and rioting in the event that the MK Party was not registered in March leading up to the general elections. Democratic Alliance DAMP Renaldo Gauss and another MKP MP Anti-Elem Chitama have been stirring controversy on social media with hate speech violence and calls for violence. Parks said Zizi Kodwa, an African National Congress MP, has officially taken office despite facing corruption charges, and again, Parliament is grappling with the possibility of impeached former Judge John Hlope being appointed to the Judicial Service Commission, JSC. Parliament is in a moment of ignominy, Parks said. In a statement released to the media, Parks said it has only been ordinary workers, the working class communities and society who have paid the price for this shameful collapse in ethics among some of those elected to lead. Parliament over the years has been found desperately wanting and gone out of its way to turn a blind eye to misdemeanors of public representatives, Parks said. We expect the 7th Parliament to signal a firm break with its tradition of shame. It needs to amend its rules and actively sanction and expel those MPs who cannot be bothered to abide by the code of conduct, let alone the values of the Constitution, said Parks. The tasks of the MPs are to pass laws and hold government accountable for their implementations, Parks said. In addition, Parks said the society should not be expected to tolerate that the morally deficient be entrusted with sacrosanct responsibilities. Parks noted that South Africans have the right to expect and insist upon the highest ethical and moral standards amongst those elected and privileged to lead. Meanwhile, charismatic Sports Minister Dean Macpherson steals the show at the cabinet swearing-in ceremony. Sports, Arts and Culture Minister Dean Macpherson, the man of the hour, cracked jokes at the cabinet swearing-in ceremony like he owned the place, leaving President Cyril Ramaphosa and Chief Justice Raymond Zondo in stitches. With a swagger that could rival any leading man, the charismatic Patriotic Alliance leader stole the show effortlessly. Mackenzie exuded confidence in every pore. Cameras flashed and laughs buzzed in the air as he took his oath. Mackenzie's presence was magnetic as he took on the role as Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture. His infectious charm and quick wit made even the most solemn moments seem light-hearted. During the swearing-in, Mackenzie swore solemnly and affirmed that he would be faithful to the Republic of South Africa. "I will obey, respect and uphold the Constitution and all other law of the Republic," Mackenzie said. Furthermore, he swore that he would hold his office as minister with honor and dignity and to be a true and faithful counselor. But then he went off script not to divulge like Minerals Minister Kwede, Manta said, or indirectly any secret matter entrusted in me, which had the audience cracking up with laughter. In addition, Mackenzie said that any matter entrusted to him, he would perform the functions of his own office consensually and to the best of his ability. When he was asked to sit, Mackenzie cracked a joke that had everyone from Ramaphosa, Zondo, Deputy President Paul Mashatile, fellow ministers and deputy ministers, the dignitaries and the audience chuckling. It was a rare moment of levity in what could otherwise be a dry affair. "The last time a judge asked me to sit, he made me sit for 10 years, he said, poking fun at himself as an ex-convict, crowning a performance that is bound to attract attention in the corridors of Parliament in the months to come. And that's it from Egypt's Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.